Tell me about Ice Water. That's another fan favorite.
Oh yeah.
Just
That
a
was
happy
dark.
suicide song. Just, you know,
A happy suicide song.
a happy suicide song. A little poppy suicide song.
It is dark.
I'm trying to even remember. You know, something about just trying to write stuff that was a little edgy back then or something. I thought that was pretty edgy material, I guess.
I think maybe were you starting to write kind of little bit like not personal stuff like not about suicide, but about
whatever, depression and kind of stuff like that. That was probably the start of like less of a party anthem and more of like let's see if we can write something about just being depressed or something like that. But trying to, you know, that I think especially when you first start writing songs, is you kind of taking just wild swings in a direction, you know, like just like the very idea of like, oh, this guy wrote this cool band that I like has a kind of serious song. Like, how do you do that? And like, okay, I'm going to take this real big swing in that direction. So it's maybe a little, I think if I were to write something like that now, it'd probably be a lot more subtle, but that's probably what makes it so cool is that even all this years later, definitely if people still like it too, but yeah.
I think that's one of the things about your music. It's like you always, regardless of the subject matter, you have this very upbeat, contagious energy.
Yeah.
So frantic and so happy and so feel good that you don't even know what the subject matter is, or unless you like study the lyrics or whatever. But you just get wrapped up in this ball of energy and the good time of it all, and everything else just kind of goes away. You know?
Yeah.
Do you feel like your lyrics from back then are like the song that you write today compared to the songs on this record that's, 20 years old-ish, right? The lyrics, are you able to like still relate personally in any way, or was it just some gobbledygook because you wanted to be, you wanted to like break shit or whatever it was,
Yeah. I think
like that would have to do with your age, and now that you're not that age anymore, it's kind of,
Yeah, I think that a lot of it's some of the same, like thematically, but it was at that age, you're coming at it from much more of a blunt kind of,
your filter is different.
Yeah, absolutely. The filter is different, but a lot of that stuff of like either wanting to party or wanting to, be angry about, because a lot of the songs are kind of being about angry about this, that, or the other. It's the same thematically, it's just kind of through a different filter and maybe trying to refine the language or refine the actual thing you're angry about. Because I think there's a lot of stuff about that age and just kind of being lost and angry and not really knowing why, because I was just too young to have figured it out and too immature to have figured it out. Because even though I was like mid-20s, I was still real immature.
And some of us still are.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I'm not saying that. Yeah.
Let's do one more song and then we'll jump ahead to a couple of last questions.